Annie, if you could call the roll.
Mayor Paulin,
Here.
Vice Mayor Satula,
Here.
Councilman Smith.
Here.
Just for a heads up, Karen and Ryan aren't in attendance today. They are ill. Okay, on to approval of minutes. The July 6th town meeting minutes and July 22nd work session minutes.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the minutes from July 6th town meeting minutes and the July 22nd work session minutes.
Like to second that?
All right. On to reports of officers, boards, and committees. Annie, if you could read the permits report.
Building use and occupancy sign permits issued during the month of July 2015. Building permits, July 7th, Solar City Corp. for Jen Macarenas, 58 Mattingly Avenue, solar panels. July 7th, Solar City Corp. for Gilbert Hart, 2 East Poplar Lane, solar panels. July 20th, Thomas Cole, 3 Lee Court for a carport. July 27th, Clint Walter, 501 Indian Head Avenue for a fence. July 27th, Vivint Solar for Marion Brown, 4069 Indian Head Highway, solar panels. July 28th, Nancy and Joseph Ford, 8 6th Street, addition to existing home. There were no use and occupancy permits, no temporary use and occupancy permits, no demolition permits. There was a grading permit on July 7th for Pauline Fortune, 14 Riverside Run Drive for tree removal. There were no sign permits and no temporary sign permits.
Okay, on to the finance report with Ginger.
July 2015 finance report. The beginning cash balance is $455,944.59. Total revenues, $117,344.65. Total expenditures, $419,077.13, with an ending cash balance of $154,212.11. Total investments are $964,808.57. Any questions?
I have a quick question here. When we say the general has a credit balance of $309,076, what does that entail?
The way the software does if you want to, I'll show you when you come in, because it's complicated, because it's a whole bunch of stuff going back and forth, but it takes the credits when people make their payments and applies it. If you have a credit balance now and the bill comes out next week and that's deducted, it applies. It's like a timing thing.
Okay, got it, thank you.
All right, thank you. As I said earlier, our town manager, Ryan, is out ill today. So we're going to skip over the town manager report and go to code enforcement report. Annie, would you please read that?
Code Enforcement Report, July 2015. The town issued 33 notices of violation during the month of July. 17 grass and weeds, 8 trash and debris, 4 rental license violations, 3 vehicle violations, 1 property maintenance violation, and 6 rental inspections were done during the month of July.
All right, thank you. Planning Commission did not convene this month, so no Planning Commission report. On to Bureau of Fire Prevention report with Jeff.
Nice to see Laura's turnout. Glad to be back. I know I've been absent for a couple months, but some commitments teaching EMT class and some stuff at work. So anyway, I rounded up, not to sit here and bore you with 6 or 7 months worth, but since January 1st to July 31st of this year, the fire departments responded to 200 emergency calls. 124 were mutual aid responses to Charles County and surrounding counties, and 76 were first due or within the town limits. We completed 850 hours of training through various classes and various departmental drills. Our EMS division has responded to 328 emergency medical calls, with 325 of those being within the town of Indian Head. So those numbers are up a little bit, but nothing life-threatening, thank goodness. Real quick, the department had their elections and our new officers took their position on July 1st. Good news is no changes. So you're stuck with me for another year. Woohoo! Big thing at the firehouse right now is we're working on replacement of our ladder truck. It's going to take about a year to do the planning, to get bids, to figure out what we want. Just to let folks know, we're looking right now at about $1.2 million. So just to stick that in there, We will not be passing around the fire boot. We will not be going door to door. Okay, we're going to try to take care of that the best we can ourselves. And as always, smoke alarms. We've gone out this year. We've put up about 10 so far. But if you're in need of one, please let us know. Stop by the firehouse. We'll be here tomorrow night, National Night Out, supporting that. So if you need, come by and see me. In case you don't remember, the Maryland law that took effect last July, it's a year old now, I cannot hand out smoke alarms. I have to come put them up, or someone in the fire department does. So if you come by, we'll have a sign-up sheet. You can sign up, leave us a phone number or something, or maybe we can talk to you and pick a day or an evening where we can come by and get those put up for you at no cost to you. We do that free. And the last thing I want to talk about real quick, we all know it's been hot for a while, but please, 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 heat emergencies are getting more and more relevant now. Starting to notice, listening to county calls, we're running more heat exhaustion, heat stress, heat stroke. Okay, so remember, it's heat stress, heat or heat-related emergency, heat stress, and then a heat stroke. A heat stroke is the most dangerous one. It's the final result. It's when your body stops sweating. So if you're outside on a day like today and you're not sweating, you need to go inside, get lots of water, and if you feel the need, please call 911. That's what we're here for. You're having an emergency. It's not up to me to figure out whether it's a true emergency or not. Anytime you call, we'll come. I promise you that. Any questions or comments? And again, I apologize for being gone so long. Hopefully, I'll be able to change that.
All right, Karen isn't here today. She is also sick, so we're going to skip over community affairs and Charles County Recreation and go to community policing with Officer Elliott.
I only have 3 things tonight. The first thing, which is, I'm going to repeat again and again and again, because I've repeated it again and again and again and again. Lock your car doors. If you have a vehicle and you park it, lock it. Because if it's unlocked, then it leaves a target of opportunity for people to come by, check the door, and take everything valuable out of your car. The people that have been doing this haven't been doing it to locked cars. They've been bypassing cars that are locked and going to the cars that are unlocked. So please, 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 once again, lock your doors. Okay? Can everybody understand that? Okay. And just one more time so people really get this point down. Lock your doors. Okay. So that's the first thing. The second thing is National Night Out. It's tomorrow evening from 6 to 8, and it's right here. So we welcome everyone to join us and celebrate National Night Out. And the third thing is, can everybody see that guy in the white shirt right over there next to the police chief? No, that one. Yep, him right there. That is Lieutenant Carlson. He's our new District 2 commander. And this is his first meeting here. So to welcome him, welcome Mr. Carlson, and we hope you do a great job for District 2. And that's really all I got. Just remember, there's our new District 2 commander. Remember, National Night Out is tomorrow from 6 to 8. And the last thing is, please lock your doors. Okay, is there any questions? Yes, you.
On the news the other day, they were saying that if you didn't have a baby in the back seat, you put your pocketbook back there, you have to go in the back seat. So you won't get the feeling out of us. That's the first I heard that.
That's a good idea. Main thing is not to forget your child in the back seat then. But if you remember your pocketbook, then of course put it with the baby and hopefully you'll remember both. And that goes to the heat exhaustion thing. If your baby is in a car and it's hot and it's not sweating, that's really, really bad. So We don't want to hurt any children. And if that helps you remember your child, please put your pocketbook back in there. And remember to lock your doors, but not with your baby inside the car, because that would be wrong. Okay, is there any other questions? All right, it's good to see everybody here tonight, and I'm out.
Okay, tonight we have a briefing from Jason Marshall, Executive Director of Southern Maryland, and Cynthia Smith Hickenbottom, Volunteer Leader of the Charles County American Red Cross, to provide an overview of the services the Red Cross provides and a presentation of disaster preparedness.
My name is Jason Marshall. As stated, I'm the Executive Director for the American Red Cross for Southern Maryland. It's a new position. I just came on board in March. Previous to that, I was with Service of the Armed Forces, mobile staff, with the Red Cross for about 11 years. So I don't know if you are all familiar. Anybody former military or military? Okay, great.
Excuse me, could you use the mic so he
Sure,
gets it?
sure, I'm sorry.
He gets it on film.
What Service of the Armed Forces does for the military and their families is provide emergency messages worldwide. We also do health and safety classes. We provide volunteer services. We work in military installations, on the military facilities, the medical facilities. So quite a bit. And actually, part of my job will be to enhance the services at the Indian Head base here. So that'll be part of my job as the new executive director. A lot of what we do is blood related, which was mentioned before with Councilman Smith. Everybody familiar with that? Donating blood? Okay. Everybody knows that. The Red Cross is into that. We're going to enhance that as well in this area, in Charles County. We're also going to enhance disaster services. Everybody familiar with the disaster services? Where we, if there's a home fire or maybe a flood or a tornado, hurricane, something like that, the Red Cross will open a shelter in conjunction maybe with civil service members and whatnot, and then we'll man that shelter with disaster volunteers, and we'll stick around until everybody's left, providing emergency food, emergency clothing, that emergency shelter. If it's a single family house fire, something like that, we'll show up after dispatch. Will call the fire department, and then hopefully they'll call the Red Cross, and we'll chat later if we could. And then Red Cross personnel will show up. Folks like Ms. Hickenbottom here or other disaster action team members will show up and then provide services right on the scene. And basically what it is they'll give a credit card. They'll assess the damage. They give a credit card to the family or the single person, whomever, and it'll have a set amount on there that they can use for emergency, either food or clothing or even hotel stay. And we do that around the clock, nationwide. Those services never ended here in Charles County, just want you to know that. It's always been going on, we just didn't have a physical presence in the past couple of years. But that's changing. Actually, right now, we have a new MOU with, I think it's Station 60. Okay. Things are going really well with them. All the volunteer services are enhancing. We're teaching classes out of that office, health and safety classes and disaster classes. In fact, I think we've got 8 new disaster volunteers. Like I said before, they're called disaster action team members, and they respond to these emergencies 24 hours a day, 365. So anybody that's interested in volunteering, helping us out, we always need people, always. We're the Red Cross. We can't do it without volunteers. So that's enhancing, which is very encouraging. Not just in Charles County, but also St. Mary's, Calvert, and Anne Arundel. That's my jurisdiction. So we're also always looking for board members. So if anybody knows any board members or people that want to, help us out in that junction or that faction, we could always use that as well. And community volunteer leaders, which is what Ms. Hickenbottom is. I'll let her discuss her role in just a second. But our main objective, obviously, is to help the community, help the local citizens, help fire, police, anybody we can. These services are all free. I don't go around soliciting money. That's not what I do. I provide these services. Of course, that's part of it. We need the money to come in, but my job is to help the community, okay? That's very important to me. And I've been doing it, like I said, for 13 years, worldwide. We've always had great volunteer communities that I've been a part of, and I'm looking for that here in Charles County as well. And just a couple stats real quick. Right now we have 315 volunteers, and that's throughout the 4 counties, and that's growing every week. We've responded, this is our fiscal year 15, that just ended last month. So we responded to 82 disaster incidents. Families assisted were 136. And then we had 453 military families assisted in various ways. So we stay busy, as you can see. I came down here from Baltimore just to talk to you folks, because it's important to me to get out even to the smallest group or the largest group. Doesn't matter to me. It's important that we get this word out. And as you know, we haven't had a whole lot of vision here in this area, and my job is to enhance that and to reestablish that. And I take it very seriously. This is all I do. Once in a while, I'll jump in the river up near Annapolis, but if I'm not in the river, I'm talking to folks all around the 4 counties. Those lines of service that we have, just so you know too, disaster response, that's the big one that everybody knows about. The blood services that I mentioned before, donating blood. Health and safety training. Anybody trained in CPR, first aid, AED? Great, awesome, okay. We do that in all 4 counties. If you are interested in taking a class, you can just go to redcross.org and then put your zip code in there, and you'll find the closest class to that zip code, okay? If you become a volunteer, it's free, just so you know. Don't tell anybody that, it's a secret though. So. We gotta make some money. Right? I'm actually an instructor trainer myself, so I'll go out and teach. I'll take the suit and tie off and go teach. I enjoy that on the weekends. We also have international humanitarian services, which is a little more global as the name pertains. Fundraising opportunities, and then, like I said before, a lot of opportunities for leadership in this area to maybe help Cynthia out and help our other community volunteer leaders out as well. I can't be everywhere. That's why Ms. Hickenbottom has been invaluable down here. She got us to this meeting, or got me to this meeting, and I really appreciate that. But we need more folks to help us out, we really do, to be able to provide the services that we want to provide to the community, which are so vital. Earlier it was mentioned heat stroke, heat exhaustion, heat cramps. We teach all that. That's what we do. That's what the Red Cross does. We have these classes all the time. Talk about building a kit. Everybody familiar with that? Building a disaster kit? Okay. It's just basically what you might think you'd throw in a duffel bag if something happened. And just this bag that you could grab, under 2 minutes to get out of that burning house, right? Paperwork, medications, maybe, pictures of loved ones, anything you can think of that's valuable to you that you wouldn't want to lose within 2 minutes, right? You can pack that bag and have that prepared, legal documents, whatnot, keys, and just have that, in a secret place, grab it, you're out, right? We teach all that stuff. We also teach about other disaster preparedness, all the way up to some of these leadership roles. We have people as government liaisons for our chapter. They go and talk to the folks in the state senate, stuff like that, when a disaster happens. So a lot of opportunity for volunteer opportunities. People that you might know, even like folks that are going to school, college, folks in college, stuff like that, looks great on their resume. It's temporary, they're volunteers. Ms. Hickenbottom kind of does it when she wants, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. And she's been invaluable. And look at this cool shirt she got.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had to twist arms for that, but so the budget is tough. So anyhow, at this point, does anybody have any questions for me? Okay, great. We also have a home fire initiative as well, fire alarms, and we could talk about that maybe later, if not now, some other time. But we do the exact same thing. We go around with the fire departments and install fire alarms, all free of charge. This is a big initiative for the Red Cross. It just started last year, and our goal for the 4 counties is to distribute 1,000 for fiscal year 16. So, but between now and the end of June, we're supposed to install 1,000 fire alarms. We already had one up in Calvert County, and we're going to be doing it in all 4 counties. So our biggest one's going to be in Anne Arundel, but we're going to be down here too in May. But if other opportunities arise, we've got them, and they're all free of charge. So, and we've got an unlimited supply. So we can discuss that, as well as other programs. We're always trying to get as involved as possible in the communities. So if you all have any ideas where you want us involved, community events, fairs, anything where we can maybe just put literature out, have Ms. Hickenbottom just talk about what we do, and some of the other volunteers. Yes?
Mr. Marshall, quick question is, is there going to be what is the nearest office for you guys here?
We don't have a physical Red Cross office in Charles. We have satellite offices that we're using, like at the fire station, for training. Right now, it looks like we're going to get donated space in Annapolis. I've been working on that, and there's been budget constraints, things like that. Ultimately, it looks like we'll be moving in at the Department of Social Services in downtown Annapolis, hopefully by next week. I've been working out of Baltimore and in my car and at my house and all over. I meet Ms. Higginbottom at the Panera Bread here in Charles. So wherever I need to be, that's where I'll be. But it looks like our home office will be in Anne Arundel County, up in the Annapolis area, or outside Annapolis a little bit. But then we're always looking for space in the other 3 counties, donated space.
And the age for the minimum volunteers?
I'm sorry?
What is the age group for the volunteer?
Yeah.
What should be the minimum age?
Sure. It's about 16 up. Yeah. So actually, 16-year-olds can become instructors. They can be health and safety instructors if they have the maturity level and all that good stuff. They have to pass some things. But we really, it's 16 and up. And we also have a new program. It's called the Pillowcase Project, where we're going to be going